From ashes to empire. In a quiet little town where dreams often faded before dawn, there lived a girl named Ava. She was born into poverty, the kind that wraps around a family like a tight garment, never quite letting go. Her shoes were often too small, her meals too few, and her nights too long. But in her chest beat a heart full of wonder, and in her spirit stirred a vision unseen by those around her. Her home was small, her clothes worn, but her eyes were sharp and full of fire, while others accepted what was. Ava was stirred by what could be. She worked beside her mother, mending clothes, patching what little they had. But even as her hands moved across old fabric, her mind stitched visions of something greater. She wasn't content to survive. She wanted to build, to rise, to change the very soil she came from. From a young age, Ava kept a small journal. In it, she tracked ideas, business names, sketches of dress designs, lists of what sold best in the market, what colors people wore in different seasons, and notes on how to price fairly while still earning. She wrote daily goals, quotes from scripture, and prayers for wisdom. She had no mentor, no capital, no promise of success. What she had was self-discipline and a fire that would not go out. She read Proverbs like a business manual. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for the task. At 15, she started her first hustle. She offered tailoring services to nearby villages. She woke before sunrise, packed up her work, and walked miles to deliver garments on time. She learned every client's name, every preference, and followed up days after delivery just to make sure they were satisfied. She created simple order forms, tracked every transaction in a notebook, and reinvested every coin into better tools and materials. She noticed patterns others missed. When a new fabric trend hit the city, Ava predicted how long it would take to reach her region. She was always ready. When markets were overcrowded, she found quiet alleys where women still gathered and set up shop there. She knew that people didn't just buy clothes. They bought confidence, comfort, beauty. So she sold those things, wrapped in cotton and thread. She taught herself to negotiate. She studied body language, watched how traders spoke, and matched their tone. She learned when to speak, when to listen, and when to walk away. She registered her small business with the town council, a step most never thought to take. She kept records so clean that even local officials came to her for advice. Her first big break came when she won a community grant for young entrepreneurs. She used it to launch her first shop. She didn't celebrate, she planned. She mapped out 3-year projections, inventory strategies, and supplier contracts. She hired local women, trained them, and built a work culture rooted in respect and excellence. Ava wasn't just a tailor anymore. She was a leader. She read books on marketing, learned basic accounting, and taught herself graphic design to brand her products. She used social media to showcase not just what she made, but why she made it. She told stories of transformation, how fabric, like people, could be shaped into something beautiful, with care and time. When competitors tried to copy her, she stayed ahead by innovating. When costs rose, she diversified her product line. When storms damaged her supply chain, she had contingency plans. Ava wasn't just hardworking, she was strategic. Her success was not a miracle, it was methodical. In time, Ava built an empire. Not in the way the world defines it, with skyscrapers and luxury, but with impact. Her brand, Ava Grace Co., spread across regions. She opened training centers for women. She invested in farms that grew sustainable cotton. She started a microloan program for girls with dreams just like hers. Yet every morning, she still rose early. She still opened her Bible and her journal. She still prayed. not for wealth, but for wisdom, for gratitude, not for fame. When asked how she did it, she said, "I started with nothing but belief. But belief backed by discipline becomes destiny. I planted, I watered, and God gave the increase." Ava was not born with privilege. She was born with purpose. She honored God with her work, with her hands, with her mind sharpened by trials, and her heart softened by grace. And now, she passes the torch, one girl at a time. The empire she built stands not just in buildings, but in people. In every woman who believes again. In every child who dares to write a dream down. From ashes, she rose. Through excellence, she succeeded. And with grace, she reigns. The end.